Everyone, welcome back to another video. So it's Wednesday in the salon, so that means we're gonna do some nail things. So last week in my haul video, which I'll link below, I talked about all the items that I had gotten on eBay, and one of the items that I did not swatch last week was the Born Pretty blooming gel. So I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I've watched a couple of quick tutorials on YouTube, and I've prepared a couple of swatch sticks. So we're gonna give it a whirl. So I haven't actually tested this out ahead of time. I wanted to sort of do it with you guys, and that way we can really get an idea of how easy it is, because it looks very easy. So I've prepared one swatch stick with 2 coats of shellac black pool and another one with 2 coats of shellac cream puff. A lot of the videos that I saw, they used a white stick, and they sort of made like a blooming flower. I suck at flowers, let's just be prepared for that. But I did want to sort of try that and see if I could get it to work. And on this one, I wanted to sort of try sort of a little bit of a more abstract type design. So we're gonna give that a try. I've got the Born Pretty blooming gel here. The one I have is clear. They also have it in white. I figured I'd get the clear and then I could use it on any color. So I'm going to rearrange the camera and I will get going with that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I forgot to mention that in the videos that I watched, they said not to cure the blooming gel. So you want to get a nice coat over the whole thing, but you don't want to cure it. So I'm just applying like a good coat to get lots of coverage. In some of the videos they did 2 coats, and in some they did 1. I'm gonna just try to do 1 because I'm all about less steps. So we've got a coat on the black. Just gonna set that aside. And so I've got my little striping brush, and I'm gonna go in with Cake Pop in shellac, and I wanted to see what happens if you just kind of draw some lines. So you can see it kind of blooming and expanding. I just wanted to sort of test out one before I get into trying to make flowers, just to see what effect it actually has. So there's definitely not a ton of control in how it blooms. So that's just sort of my trial run. We're going to cure that. I think this may end up being an interesting way to try and do some marbling, which I have had very little luck with, though my friend Cheyenne at Liquid Crow Nails has done a recent video on marbling that I haven't watched yet, so I'm hopeful that she's going to teach me. But this may be sort of another way of doing it. So I'm going to do the same 1 coat over cream puff, and then we're going to try and see if we can do one of these blooming flowers. I'm not feeling very confident, I'm not going to lie. I'm also thinking I maybe had a little too much on there on the first try, so I'm doing a little bit less this time. So I've got pink leggings in shellac here, so I'm going to give that a try and see what I can do. It feels weird. It feels like, it feels obviously like you're putting the shellac into like a wet product, which just feels very weird to me. But it is kind of coming out looking a bit like a flower, like an abstract flower. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Or is it starting to look like something? So this is sort of what they were using it for in the videos that I watched, was to do these sort of roses. I got a little bit of shaky hand there on that last stroke. I might have effed it up, I'm not sure. But this was sort of what I wanted to do. It sort of almost feels like watercolor type painting. So I'm gonna pop that into the lamp before it blooms out anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can salvage this one. It's looking a little weird. It's not really looking like anything. So I took a little bit of Creekside and shellac there, and I'm gonna try and see if I can make it look a little bit more like a tie-dyed situation. And maybe that will sort of salvage what we've got here. At least then I'm not just throwing it away. So I'm just gonna add a few kind of swipes of color here and there and see if we can kind of get a bit of a marbling look out of it. Add a little bit more of the cake pop in spots. And I think it is, to be honest. This is probably the closest to, like, not necessarily the marble nails that we're seeing right now that are really popular, but I'm thinking more like the water marble type look. So I'm gonna give that a cure, and then I'm gonna top coat both of them, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back. So I'm really happy with this, actually. So I'm gonna give you guys the quick look here. So this is, there, the white one that I did that's supposed to sort of look like an abstract rose, which I think it does more at a distance. But for a first attempt, and having never done this before, and not even ever having done a rose that way before, I think it turned out pretty good. I'm actually like really happy with it. So that was the rose. So that was pink leggings over top of cream puff. And then the one that I sort of botched at the beginning, it kind of does look like almost like the water marble. Like if you used a bunch of different colors, maybe put the white underneath and used a bunch of dots of different colors, I think you'd get that sort of water like marbling effect. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to try it with different colors. And that is just a prime example of why we swatch first and we experiment and we try things, because I think I've found a new way to do some marbling. So I'm very excited about that, and I have a couple of clients who are going to be excited about that because they send me these pictures of nails that have been done with water marbling, and I'm like, you can't do that with gel. It just doesn't work. And it's messy and ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm excited about that. I think they turned out really good. So I used the Born Pretty blooming gel. In case I forgot to show the bottle, this is what it looks like. Blooming gel. I think it turned out really good, and I used my new detailing brush that I talked about that I had gotten in the last haul video, and I really like it, so I'm excited about that. It had a lot of control. It's definitely a nice fine brush. It's more comparable to the one that I use quite often. However, it's got a longer or shorter end on it, so I think you have more control. So all in all, I'm pleased. I'm excited. We've tried some new things today, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And I will see you guys on Friday with an essential oil video. Okay, bye.